Hello, Ophiuchus, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Welcome back to Mystic Unicorn Tarot, and welcome to another general love reading for you. Yes, thank you guys so much for tuning in. I'm so happy to be here with you. I'm happy that you are here with me. Please keep in mind, Ophiuchus, that this is a general reading. Yes, so please take what resonates and leave what doesn't. Also, this is a timeless reading. This does not have to resonate for you at any specific moment. Whenever you are guided to watch this reading and it resonates, then that's the message for you at that time. If you feel so inclined and haven't done so already, please make sure to smash that like button for me, subscribe to the channel, and definitely leave me a comment in the comment section down below letting me know how this resonates for you. Yeah. Also, if you would like a personal reading with me, I am available for that. Check the information in the description box below, where I list the readings that I offer and my email address. Shoot me an email letting me know you're interested, and I will be more than pleased as punch to get you all hooked up. Yeah? All right, Ophiuchus, we're going to dive into this for you. We're going to get some love messages for you. I do want to say, disclaimer, I do have my windows open. So for those of you that are familiar with my living situation, you know that there may be a moment where things are going to get or might get pretty loud out there because of the roosters, yeah? But I wanna keep my windows open because it's kind of hot in here. So we're just gonna do that. If at any point it gets too much, then I will pause and close the windows. But for now, we're just gonna ride it out and see what happens, yeah? It's ironic though, because the roosters were silent right before I started, right before I started this. And now all of a sudden, they're popping off again. So, okay, that's fine. It's just a part of the atmosphere. If it becomes too distracting, I will close the windows. But let's get into this. I'm gonna give this 2 more shuffles for you, Ophiuchus, and then we will see what love messages we've got for you. What's going on in your love life at this time? Last shuffle for my Ophiuchans, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Let's get into this, guys. What's going on for Ophiuchus at this time? What's going on for Ophiuchus, please, Spirit? Messages for Ophiuchus. All right, 2 cards so far. We have very soon, and then we have calling in your soulmate. Okay, let's get one last card for Ophiuchus, please, for their message at this time. And then you have express your love. And then finally, you have make the effort at the bottom of the deck as your overall energy. All right, so what seems to be going on here is that you definitely are, or this is a message for someone who is definitely calling in their soulmate or calling in a soulmate at this time. I don't want you to get tripped up on the word your soulmate. I mean, yes, the person that you would be calling in would be technically a soulmate situation. But why did I feel like I wanted to say that? When I was talking through it, Ophiuchus, at one point there was a feeling of calling in your soulmate was a little bit too possessive. You're calling in a soulmate, okay? Someone that I'm picking up on that aligns with your energy quite perfectly. Again, but also perfect is a subjective energy or a subjective word. So I guess we should say someone that aligns you with your energies perfectly as the universe would deem fit at this time. So, okay, all right. So in talking through this for you right now, I guess what I'm getting here is that maybe Ophiuchus, you're in a time frame right now, or you're in a mindset right now, or maybe a process of really getting a hold of your vibrational reality, okay? Some of you actually, it does feel like you're in a very consciously aware state of being aware of what you are attracting into your life. Maybe you've gone through some situations where you have come out maybe out of a bad situation. Again, subjective, take it as it resonates, but maybe just a negative situation, and that has caused you to stop yourself and say, okay, what am I actually attracting here? Now, I am picking up on a bit of timidness, shyness, maybe a bit of cagey energy. I get this feeling that if you are maybe forcing yourself to get out there and meet people, there's a sense of, okay, what I heard very clearly was there's a sense of unwillingness. And so maybe that's why there's this feeling of kind of forcing yourself to get back out there, but it's all in a matter of, am I really in the right alignment for this? Like, am I in the right place for this? Am I healed enough for this? But I will say, Ophiuchus, that if you are feeling inspired to just like get out there and meet people and hang out and have a good time, then yes, you are ready for it. And yes, it is needed. And what you could be doing, or what I feel like maybe you are doing, is when you get out there, when you're out and about, hanging out in these streets, hanging out with your friends or meeting new people, trying new things, whatnot, whatever, you could be, or maybe potentially you are, in a place of being very consciously aware of how it is you feel in these circumstances and what these circumstances bring up for you, or how they resonate for you, or maybe even how they trigger you. You may be very much hyper-focused on your triggers right now, which I don't necessarily think is a bad thing, because ultimately your triggers show you where the potential for healing lies. But there is a level of timidness here, okay? And I am definitely getting that from Express Your Love, which I do feel like is a level of encouraging you, or a level of encouragement for you to get back out there and show yourself to the world and be willing to go ahead and make the romantic gesture if you feel so inclined. And then finally, at the bottom of the deck, overall energy for you is make the effort. So you're being encouraged to make the effort, Ophiuchus. Very specifically, I feel like you are actually being encouraged by your higher self, your higher guidance, whatever. You are being encouraged to put yourself out there, you know, to make the effort. It's the type of thing where, like, if you want to meet people, or if you want to find a soulmate, or you want to call in your soulmate, you have to be available for that. And in order to be available for that, you're gonna have to put yourself out there, even if that means, you know, going on dating sites, or maybe going on the dating part of Facebook, or, you know, something like that. You can't sit in the house on your couch or curled up under the covers in your bed expecting the universe to bring someone, your next soulmate, to come knocking on your door. I mean, maybe that is possible. I don't know. Maybe your next soulmate is someone that you call to, like, repair something in your house, or something like that. I don't know. But, like, the likeliness of that, I mean, even with that example, Ophiuchus, if it, like, say you have something that needs to be fixed in your house, it's not going to get fixed unless you know how to do it. If you don't know how to do it, then you're going to have to reach out. You're going to have to put yourself out there to get someone to come fix it for you. You know what I mean? So, like, you're going to have to make the effort. You're going to have to, at some point, you're going to have to just get up and go do the damn thing. You know what I'm saying? So you're being encouraged to do that at this time. All right. This is good, Ophiuchus. This is good. All right. Let's get into some of the shadow aspects. What are some of the shadow aspects that Ophiuchus is dealing with right now, in terms of calling in this soulmate, in terms of being willing to express their love, in terms of being willing to go ahead and make the effort? Last shuffle. What are the shadow aspects that Ophiuchus are dealing with right now? Ophiuchans are dealing with right now. Shadow aspects, please. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. All right, first point of focus is stabbed in the back. Yep. Okay, so you've definitely been stabbed in the back in the past. Which is causing you to be in a very not today, Satan type of energy. Even though someone may be here saying to you, I like you, or maybe expressing some sort of emotion towards you, or some sort of feelings towards you. What I am hearing with that, Ophiuchus, I'm hearing mutual feelings, okay? And then you have boat, and then you have date. Overall energy at the bottom of the deck is coffee cup. Coffee cup does say, meeting and conversing, savoring the moment, feeling uplifted, and friendship. Look, Ophiuchus, even if you are calling in or trying to work on calling in a soulmate that will ultimately be a grand partner, I just heard. Okay, that's some of you, that is your goal, that is your aspiration. More power to you, honey. Go on and do it, but you're gonna have to make the effort, okay? But even if you're working on calling in a soulmate that can be like a long-term, you know, real committed, beautiful relationship, you're most likely going to want to start out as friends first. Okay. And this is something I firmly believe. If you're going to have a solid long-term relationship with somebody, that's more than just a fleeting moment of passion, you are going to want to have, ideally, you're going to want to have some sort of friendship type of foundation with an individual. And I'm not saying that that has to be, you have to be friends first, and then romance will develop later. It could start out passionate and romantic at first, and then over time, you're able to develop a friendship with this person. But regardless as to however this works out for you, whichever comes first, you're gonna have to make the effort, okay? Now, we do have an energy of being stabbed in the back in the past, right here, which is causing a level of being like, nope, not today. I'm not dealing with this, I'm hurt, I'm avoiding the situation, and blah, 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 all that stuff. Even though there is potential here for someone to say that being either someone, blah, 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 sorry guys, either someone is actively in your vicinity saying, hey, I like you, I wanna explore this situation with you, or for you to even be able to have someone to say, hey, I like you, let's explore this situation, you're gonna have to stop avoiding. Not today. You're gonna have to stop pushing that away. And that in and of itself is a representation of making the effort, Ophiuchus, okay? You're really being encouraged to make the effort at this time in taking the action steps that you need to take in order to get what it is you want. Let's think of this or explain this in terms of the tarot here. This would be the dynamic between the Queen of Wands and the King of Wands. So in the beginning of the reading, what I was talking about in terms of your alignment, making sure or being very consciously aware of your alignment and how certain situations around you are affecting that alignment. Also, whether you want to be experiencing those situations or whether you want brand new situations. All of that comes down to the Queen of Wands energy, which is the feminine side of this manifestational process, that being the receptive side of this process. So focusing on your intentions, holding the vibration of what it is you intend to receive, being a vibrational match to that so that it then comes to you, it gravitates towards you. But even though things may be or actively are in some cases gravitating towards you, there is still another step in that process, and that is what I call the King of Wands step of this process. So while the Queen is the feminine, she's receptive, she's magnetizing situations and circumstances towards her. The King of Wands is the active, the masculine part of the process. So the King of Wands sits back on his throne, patiently waiting and watching for that right moment to strike, for that doorway of opportunity or that window of opportunity to present itself, to open up to him. And when that opens up, that's when he takes his action. You're still gonna have to take action. Even though you're working with the universe to bring you the opportunities that you desire to take action towards, once those opportunities show themselves, you're going to have to still take action. You're still going to have to make the effort, Ophiuchus. Yes? Okay, but with all of that said, finally now you have Boat, which in this deck is a very much, I see this card in this deck as a representation of the Six of Swords energy, but it also could be the Six of Wands. But I really see the Six of Swords energy mainly because it's easiest to deduce because of the actual boat that is on this card. The Six of Swords in the tarot is depicted as individuals getting into a boat, literally, to cross a body of water, and it's to move from rough waters to calmer waters, okay? And that is also described here, not just in the imagery, but in the words that are on this card. Receiving what you need, progression, arriving, moving on, but also potentially closure issues. Okay, but I'm definitely seeing a Six of Swords energy for you in this boat energy, which could translate into a Six of Wands energy, which represents victory. But see, this is the victory date. This is what you're moving forward towards. And don't get caught up. Just like I was saying, don't get tripped up on calling in your soulmate. You are calling in a soulmate. Don't get tripped up on any sort of dates you may go on subsequently as you move forward. It could be a one-off thing. It could be a few things, a few dates, but you're not going to know what it is until you move forward with it, towards it, and with it. Okay, so don't get tripped up. Once you do find someone that you want to actually like go on maybe at least a date, don't get so crazy about it where you're thinking automatically to yourself, where you're demanding that, well, this must be the one. I'm going on a date with this person, so this must be the one. No, You're going to have to try a few things, potentially a few times. Maybe you do end up finding someone that you go on one date and you're like, sold, let's do it. Okay, that's great. But the fact of the matter is don't get tripped up, all right? Allow yourself to go on these dates. Allow yourself to kiss the proverbial frogs, you know what I mean, to find your true prince or princess, whatever, okay? I mean, life is not a fairy tale, but that was coming to mind, so I'm gonna let that roll through, okay? All right, let's get into some of the tarot here for you, Ophiuchus. Can you give us a little bit more, please? Show us a little bit more about what's going on for Ophiuchus at this time in terms of love and relationships, also in terms of making the effort. What I really want to say for this Ophiuchus is what is ahead of you? What are you moving forward towards, or what is coming towards you? What can you tell us about this, please, Spirit? What can you tell us about what's ahead of Ophiuchus in terms of love and relationships? Okay, I'm going to take these. First two cards you have are the 5 of Cups and the 10 of Wands. So ultimately, right now, you are being burdened by the past, stabbed in the back. It's these past situations that have really hurt you, that have caused you deep pain, that have caused you a sense of grief and a sense of loss. That is what's holding you back right now. It's weighing you down. 5 of Cups to the 10 of Wands. You have to start releasing some of this. I just saw angry. Where did I see angry somewhere? Angry just popped up. Where did I see that? Here, not today. Yes, okay. Still angry is part of this not today, Satan, that kind of energy, right? Okay, but you're still angry about something, or at least you're still hurt about something. These are burdening you. This is burdening you down. This is burdening you. And this is definitely a situation in which, Ophiuchus, you need to work on forgiving and releasing. And I know that word or the phrase or being told you need to forgive is quite triggering. I understand that, but it's triggering because it's real. You're not necessarily, or you don't need to forgive anyone for any other reason than freeing yourself of the burdens of what has caused you this grief, strife, and or depression. Yes, I'm seeing that in the 5 of Cups, depression, and feelings of loss. You have to be the one to forgive this. Forgive them, okay? But that's not for them, that's for you. But also forgive yourself, Ophiuchus. That is the hardest part. It's one thing to forgive another person or work on forgiving another person. It's a whole other monster to deal with, to face in order to forgive yourself for the situations that went down, right? But that's literally holding you back at this point, okay? Anything else for Ophiuchus? What can you tell us? Page of Cups. See, look at this. There is absolutely, for many of you is what I just heard, there are individuals that are waiting in the wings, waiting to show you some affection. Page of Cups. And this is another reason why you need to not get tripped up on the things on situations as they show up initially, right? So like I was saying, don't get tripped up on like maybe a date that you go on with somebody. Have fun with it. It's got to start somewhere, and that somewhere is the Page of Cups. And if you leave the door open under the proper circumstances, and that's where your alignment comes in, okay? But should you leave the door open under the proper circumstances, what once started out as this Page of Cups could over time develop into the King and Queen, right? But you got to start somewhere, Ophiuchus. And in order to start somewhere, the very first thing you need to do is start releasing yourself of this burden. Okay, 5 of Cups, 10 of Wands. In order to allow the doorway or window of opportunity for this Page of Cups, this new romantic offer or these new feelings of love and affection to even be able to enter your space, okay? All right, that's the first thing you got to do is unbarricade your doors. Unbarricade your means of entry and exit, okay? Some of you are very much in an energy of nothing comes in and nothing gets out. That's not good. I mean, it's one thing to not let anything come in. Okay, that's fine. That's definitely necessary during the healing process. But if you're going to continue healing and not stay stagnant, Ophiuchus, you're going to have to at least open some windows or something so that the shit can get out, right? So that you can make space for something new to enter. Okay, continuing. Anything else for Ophiuchus here? We have the 3 of Pentacles. Strength. Okay. One last card. The Emperor. All right. Excellent. Okay. And then you have overall energy of the 3 of Cups at the bottom of the deck. Now, the 3 of Cups is triggering for some. Some of you are looking at this and being like, yeah, that's right. There's that damn third party energy. Yeah, let that go. I'm not trying to trivialize your feelings or anything, but honey, let that go. All right, that's not going to serve you. I mean, yes, if you dealt with some sort of third party situation in the past and that's what stabbed you in the back, baby, listen, I hear you and I know that shit hurts, but you're just going to have to let that go. Really, because it's not serving you. And what I'm feeling for whomever is really resonating with that is it's over, it's done, it's gone. I'm not saying the pain isn't still there, but see, by holding on, harboring that resentment for that Three of Cups energy is what's actively keeping that pain going for you. What I'm saying here is you're going to have to feel that pain, but you also have to release it, Ophiuchus. You've got to open up some means of exit, right, for that pain to leave. Okay. So what we're trying to talk about here with I just wanted to say Taurus. Some of you have Taurus in your chart. Some of you are dealing with a Taurus. Some of you had a Taurus in the past that you were dealing with that hurt you. Some of you may actually have a Taurus trying to come through. Okay, but what I'm picking up, what I'm trying to channel for you with the tarot, that's what I meant to say. The tarot here is, what's potentially coming forward towards you. And a lot of what I was feeling as I was pulling in that energy was what is actually blocking you from receiving or achieving whatever is trying to or is meant to come forward towards you next. And we've already talked about needing to release the burdens to allow this potential offer to come in, or these feelings of affection or this mutual affection or anything like that to come in, okay? But also what's gonna have to happen is you're gonna have to have the strength to work on the self-mastery, Three of Pentacles. And then with the Emperor, you are going to have to make an executive decision here, Ophiuchus. If you really wanna call in a soulmate, then you have got to make the preparations that are necessary for that soulmate to come in. And that's where the Emperor comes in. The Emperor is an executive decision, is of you being in the master of your domain. This is literally you saying to yourself, I am not going to let the effects of the past to stop me any longer. And that's going to take working on yourself, self-mastery. For some of you, this Three of Pentacles energy also represents teamwork. Some of you are really, in terms of this stabbed in the back energy, some of you have you may be in an energy of, we'll call it, if you can't do anything, if you want something done right, do it yourself. But then that's making you very much a lone wolf type of energy. And that may be a practice that you have in your life that is beneficial for you. But when it comes to love and relationships, that is actually a detriment. I mean, yes, you can work on having a loving relationship with yourself, and absolutely that is required and recommended. But we also want to have relationships with other people, right? Well, then that means that we're going to have to be willing to work together. And for some of you, this stabbed in the back energy is very much an energy of, I tried to work with someone in the past, but they stabbed me in the back, and I'm never going to do that again. Well, okay, that's fine, but then you're never going to have a romantic relationship with another person. Period. At least not a healthy one. And that's really what we want, right? That's really what we're striving for. So you're going to have to make the executive decision with the Emperor to stand up and show up and be ready to receive that which you are desiring, which means making the appropriate and proper preparations, putting yourself in the proper state of mind, the proper energetic awareness, the proper alignment, the proper space, physically, mentally, emotionally, to have that. And that's a decision you need to come to on your own. And you're going to have to discipline yourself, however that looks for you, to do that. Okay? Let's get a closing message here for you. Closing message for my Ophiuchans, please, in terms of love and relationships. Closing message. 10 of Pentacles. First thing I want to say with the 10 of Pentacles is that your dreams of having a family or whatever physical life you are going for, they are in fact possible. But you're going to have to step up and take the action, the Emperor. Closing message for Ophiuchus, please. Page of Wands. Okay, that's it. All right, I don't want to show you this yet. I want to talk about this. 10 of Pentacles to the Page of Wands. Whatever it is your ultimate goals are, your long-term goals, they are absolutely possible. And why they're possible is either number one, you can transform yourself, step into a new energetic awareness of your true power to manifest and be that new version of yourself that does manifest what it is that you want. There was something else I was going to say there. But but now I've forgotten what that is. But this is in fact possible. Some of you are in this Page of Wands energy of being in this new vibration, being in this new sense of self, okay, taking your power back. Others of you, you've got to get into it. It's possible. Your long-term goals are possible, Ophiuchus, but the catch here is you are going to have to make the choice, whether you want to actually get into the vibration of receiving it or not. That is on you, the lovers. It is your choice. It is your right, divine right to free will to do whatever it is you want to do in this lifetime. So I can't imagine that, let alone if you're watching a love reading, or to this point that you're still watching this one. I highly doubt that you're watching this reading right now or any other love reading and are not actually wanting love, regardless as to what your ego may be saying to you. Okay? So with that said, if that's actually what you want, then you have got to make the choice, the lovers, to do what's necessary, the Emperor, to receive that, to be in the actual place to be able to receive that. It's all your choice, and you are being called to make the effort. Okay? Excellent. I'm going to leave it there. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope this was helpful for you. Please make sure to smash that like button for me if you liked this reading. Hit the subscribe button. Also, leave me a comment in the comment section down below. Shoot me an email if you would like to get a personal reading. But with that said, I hope you have a fantastic day, and I look forward to connecting with you again for our next reading very, very soon. Yes? Excellent. Bye.